Hi, my name's Darren Bugg and today I'm reviewing the Premier Inn at Hammersmith in West London. Now this particular Premier Inn is at a place called Ravenscourt Park, which is about a mile to the west of the Hammersmith underground station, but there is a very handy underground station just literally about 3 minutes walk away, which is the Ravenscourt Park tube station, and believe it or not, it's right next to a park which is called Ravenscourt Park. So we're in zone 2. It's about 20 minutes underground journey to the centre of London, to the West End, Soho, and about 30 minutes to the City of London, to the financial district. I'll begin by giving you a tour of the room, and the very first thing that struck me when I walked into the room is that there are not one but 2 windows, and I don't think I've been in a hotel in my life that has 2 windows in the one room. So I don't know if I've got lucky. There's one of them and there's the other, and if I move back far enough you can see both together. I don't know if I've just got lucky and got a really big room, or if all the rooms have 2 windows. But anyway, that is a really nice feature because it's made the room really bright and airy, and it's nice and warm. This has been recorded in springtime and the sun is just streaming in through the window. I'm on the 13th floor, which is the top floor. The lift only actually goes up to the 12th floor, and then you have to go up a few steps to get to the 13th floor. But if you are bothered about steps, obviously ask not to be any higher than the 12th floor, or you will have a short flight of stairs up from the lift on the 12th floor. You can see the view here, it's amazing. I'm looking towards the north, so I can see I've got a great view right over towards Wembley, and you can see Wembley Stadium. And the room itself is really spacious. This is why I'm wondering if I've just got lucky and they've given me a better room. I'm not sure. But I've got these 2 windows. It's really bright, really fantastic views. You can see the River Thames down there possibly from the 13th floor. And around the other side there is the park, Ravenscourt Park. There's the tube station. It's about 5 minutes walk away. Well, let's have a look at the room. It's a strange L shape actually. So you've got that bit of the L shape with the desk and the usual chair that you get, pretty standard throughout Premier Inn. And then you've got this little table here with the mirror and the lights and somewhere to put your supply of snacks and wine and all the other stuff that I bring along with me on these little trips. The usual problem that you get in every hotel in the country is that there's only a few coat hangers, but that's standard. You can stay in the poshest hotel in London and they'll only give you about 4 coat hangers. And then lots of storage space there to put my laptop bag. Obviously you get the hairdryer, which is included in every Premier Inn. Not in travel lodges, incidentally. In a travel lodge you have to ask them at reception and they'll give you a hairdryer, but in Premier Inn they come as standard. Then you've got the usual tea and coffee tray. They're always very stingy, I found, at Premier Inn, but they'll give you more if you ask them at reception. You just get a few milk, a few coffee, bit of tea, bit of sugar, usual kind of stuff that you expect. And the television is a 28-inch Samsung TV, so it's not massive. If you go to a travel lodge super room, they give you a 32-inch, and if you go into the Premier Inn are now started doing superior rooms as well at selected hotels, and they're also much bigger screens, but this is just a 28-inch. It is a Samsung, which for me is a really good thing, because if you look around the back, you've got the USB port and the HDMI port, and Samsung are very good in that respect because they support all file formats. So that means that if you do what I like to do, if you put films and TV programs onto a USB stick, then they almost always work on a Samsung. I found that with some TV brands, you bring a USB stick with some films on to watch in the evening and it doesn't work, but Samsung usually supports most file formats. So I really like Samsung tellies in hotel rooms for that reason. You just stick your USB in the back there and you can watch some films that you brought from home. Okay, onto the bed, and it's just a a bog standard basic bed. I found they are pretty comfortable in Premier Inns. They're all the same throughout the country. Whatever bed you get in a Premier Inn is pretty much the same. Hygiene standards seem to be good. I've had a really good check through the bed for bed bugs and whatever, and it does have the undersheet underneath as well, if you see what I mean. So that's if you ever stay in a hotel and it doesn't have one of these sheets underneath, then just run a mile, don't even stay in them. But I have stayed in a few travel lodges actually that do just have a sheet and don't have one of these undersheets, and I certainly wouldn't want to stay in a bed that didn't have that. But yeah, I've checked that out. Standard of the room is pretty clean. Carpets seem to be clean. Can't see any obvious marks or alcohol stains or vomit stains or anything like that. It all looks pretty clean to me. Likewise the bathroom. I'll give you a look at the bathroom now. Just turn the light on, which means we are going to get a bit of a buzzing sound from the fan. You've got obviously the toilet, the wash basin, it's all bog standard, and the mirror, and the shower, and bonus is you get a bath, which in a lot of the budget style hotels you don't get a bath. So most travel lodges don't have baths. Some of the Premier Inns don't have baths either, but there is a bath here, and again, hygiene standards are fantastic. I always look out for mould. That's one thing to look out for on the silicone sealant around the bath. If I look round, it's perfect. The last one I stayed in did have a little bit of mould, but here if you look on the sealant all the way around, no mould. You've got the fan there which is making the noise at the moment. I don't like the showers they provide at Premier Inn. At travel lodges they tend to have the flexible shower hose coming down from here, but at Premier Inn they usually have the fixed ones, and the reason I don't like it is because you can't move it about, so you can't wash your bits and pieces. Basically it's just going to be spraying down on your head, but you can't move it anywhere because it's fixed. So that's one of the things, and I think it's pretty standard in Premier Inns. I think every Premier Inn I've stayed in does have one of these fixed shower pipes rather than the flexible ones. I prefer the flexible ones, which they seem to have in Travel Lodge. But the big bonus is there is a bath. It's a nice clean bath as well, and the bathroom is pretty spotless. So 10 out of 10 for hygiene. I'll just turn the light off again because I don't like that buzzing sound of the fan. So as I was saying, it's an L-shaped room. So one bit of the L, you've got the sleeping bit with the bed, and then the other bit of the L, swing around, is the desk and the place where you can put your storage, lots of storage space actually, and the clothes. And then in the middle of the L you've got the TV. So this is a really good layout for a room. I do stress, I don't know if I've just been lucky and got a particularly good room, or if all the rooms are like this in this particular hotel. I suspect this hotel used to be an office block. It's got the look of an office from the outside. It doesn't look like a hotel from the outside. It looks like an office that's been converted to a hotel. But that's fine by me. It's good use of a disused office if that's what they have done. And I really like this L shape because it means that you have a kind of delineation between your bed on one side and your workspace on the other. So if you're here for a few days, you can put your laptop wherever. I put mine down there for the time being. You can do your work on your desk here, and you feel as if you're in a different part of the room from the bed, which is in a sort of almost like a separate section to the room. It just feels it feels quite nice in a way, because if you are in London on business, it's quite nice to have the bit where you sleep and watch telly, and then a separate bit where you do your work. So it just makes it almost feel like having two rooms in a way. So I've been very impressed by this room so far. Hygiene standards are good. The customer service down at reception was fantastic. As I say, the light streaming in through these windows is wonderful, and I've got a fantastic view all out of North London and West London. So I guess if I was the other side of the hotel, I'd probably be looking southeast. So I guess the view, although I haven't seen it, the view southeast is probably even better thinking about it, because you'll be looking towards central London, whereas here I'm sort of looking outwards towards Wembley and you can just sort of see the stadium in the distance over there, and not one but two windows as well, which is really nice. So my views on this particular hotel is I definitely will be staying here again. It didn't cost much at all. I'm staying for 3 nights, a Wednesday, Thursday and Friday night. It was a lot more expensive on the Saturday night, but I'm heading back up north to Yorkshire on the Saturday night. But midweek, very, very reasonably priced. You should be able to get a room for about 50 quid a night here, possibly if you're lucky, slightly less. It's in zone 2, so that means it's about 20 minutes out from the West End, or about 30 minutes from the City of London. But it's very, very easy to access because the Ravenscourt Park tube station is literally just 2 or 3 minutes walk away from this hotel. So from leaving your room, you can be literally in the West End in about 20 minutes on the District line, which is really good. If you walk about 10 minutes up the road, then you've got the centre of Hammersmith, which is a really vibrant part of London. You've got several theatres, lots and lots of pubs, supermarket shops. You've got everything you could ever need in Hammersmith. It's quite a big, vibrant area of London. But it's only about another 10-15 minutes and you're right in the West End of London as well. As I say, if you do have problems with walking or with heights, with stairs, then don't book a room above floor 12, because the top floor is floor 13, which I'm on, and the lift only goes up to the 12th floor, and then you do have to walk up some stairs just to get up to the 13th floor. But very impressed by this room so far, very impressed with the hotel. It has a small bar, small breakfast area, never bother with that. There is actually a very good Wetherspoons about 10 minutes walk away if you want to get breakfast there. I never bother with the breakfast they have in the hotel. I think it's a bit overpriced. I would definitely stay here again. I'd definitely recommend it, and I hope you found this useful. If you are staying in London and you're looking somewhere either in central London or in West London, then this is definitely the place to stay.